Okay, I think we can start off. The recording is also started. Thank you everyone for joining in today. And we'll be starting off the second session of the Pakistan User Group Business Application and Azure Training. Today with me is Amna Khan, and she will be presenting topic and discussion or explanation around how we can use customer engagement, what is customer engagement, what are their various apps, and so we will be explaining more around the customer engagement area. So without further ado, Amna, over to you. You can share your screen and start with the session.
Hello, good day, everyone.
Yes, we
Welcome.
can see you, Amna. Yeah.
Okay, so welcome everyone to our second session for this training series. I am just sharing my screen and do let me know when it's visible. Okay, so first of all, before proceeding with the agenda, I am going to introduce myself. My name is Amna Khan, and I am working in the industry for the last more than 5 years, I should say. But I am associated with Dynamics 365 and its suits activities for last 4 years. So it's been a great experience. I have, you know, marked so many random changes in CRM constantly from 2016 up till now. Like it has been changed tremendously. So it is a great transformation. Like earlier, the CRM was something called supporting self standalone application, but right now it's a complete suite, like what now we call as C365. So besides that, I like writing blogs. I like exploring new technology stacks, especially belongs to Microsoft, and I do like exploring, new books, especially on technology. So this is it for my introduction. Now going back to agenda. So what I have to discuss with you all today is we are going to see a quick walkthrough for D365 customer engagement, and then we will see how we can set up trial instance. Though in the last session we had it, but from this session we are going to give you a recap for how you can create a trial instance and how you can configure your organization URL, how you can set up different applications, and how you can perform basic customizations, configurations, and how you can explore customer engagement. This session is going to provide you a experience like everyone in this session would have knowledge about what customer engagement is, what applications serving this platform, like using customer engagement, what kind of action you can perform, starting from sales up till field services, what type of businesses you can entertain using this D365 customer engagement applications. And then we will see all about the latest changes that we have in terms of search capacities, in terms of new features that are really excited. So here I am just providing a brief recap for what we had in our last session. Like from our last session that was given to us by Mohammad Mustajab and Mohammad Atif. They discussed about digital transformation. Then they discussed about Microsoft business applications, Microsoft Learn, and they also give us a spotlight for environment setup. Just a moment. Yeah, I think it. Just to avoid any kind of breakage in my call, I have just turned off my video, so it will be easier for us to avoid any sort of interruptions. Okay, so let's start with a quick walkthrough of CRM. So, as we already know, CRM is basically a standalone application, but right now it comes inside a suite of Dynamics 365. But D365, it's about a complete suite that provides end-to-end solution for businesses, starting from catering your customers, then delivering your services, and also incorporating customer feedback. Besides that, customer engagement also deals with on-site services. Like if you have a business where you need to provide some on-site services, kind of installation of an instrument, maintenance of an instrument, or something like that. So we do have application for it as well, which is called field service. We will look forward for it. Here you can see there is a big picture analysis for D365 complete suite. Here we have the part CRM that today we are going to discuss in detail. Formerly, it's being called as CRM, but right now it's renamed and retermed as customer engagement. Besides that, they have ERP that cover up in the domain of finance and operations, talent, and retail. A part of it was already discovered in the last session. So today, the main focus is to discuss about customer engagement and its 5 basic applications that we have: sales, marketing, customer service, project service automation, and field service. If I talk about the most usable application for customer engagement, so there is no specification, but yes, we have two modules, that is sales and marketing and customer service actually as well. These three are the most, I should say, core modules of CRM, and as well as they are something that every business use because everybody needs their customer engagement in sort of lead generation, providing them quotation, and after presenting their product, they need customer engagement, they need customer interaction as well as customer feedback. So all these part of that is belong to customers feedback, customers interaction, and their intervention with the dealer or with the business provider comes up in domains of customer service module. And if they have, like if you have a business that kind have installation required, some kind of physical instrument, like installation of, like if you are dealing with vehicles or if you are dealing with any electronics, so you have to provide some on-site services. For that, you can have field service module. But more or less, the core modules and the one that we are going to discuss in our later session will be sales and marketing. So we will provide you a complete cycle for these modules, like how a sales cycle work and how a marketing cycle work. So just keeping it an end here because right now I just want to give you more of a practical implementation and practical example of what I am talking about. So just let's go and have some practical demonstration for it. Okay. So in the last session, we have witnessed for the creation of trial environments by Mustajab and Atif. So they already showed us how we can create trial instances. But right now, I am going to start off by how you can set up your organization in your trial environment. So first of all, like besides noticing every single URL, I think more we should be focusing on the way we should explore these URLs because there are so many frequent changes taking place in this trial instance creation. So here I am. For the support purposes, I have a few links that I am sharing with you all so that you can also try it later on. Basically, we have two ways we can create our trial instances. Both are Microsoft official links. One is this dynamicsmicrosoft.com. From here, we can have an option to create separate trials like by application to application. You can see here Dynamics 365 for sales. In services, we have customer service, field service, and remote assistance. So basically, right now, they have categorized each module in terms of understanding. So everybody should know if we talk about sales, so what comes it inside sales. If we talk about service, so what comes inside sales, I mean services. In marketing, we had a complete separate application that is called D365 marketing, and so on. Like you can see and you can explore anything that you want to. And the other way that in the last session Mustadab showed us was how you can create a trial instance using this intelligent order management. So let's start from here. Here you can see you can use any sort of email, but that should be if you are associated with some company, you can use their office account as well, and you can use any demo account as well. But it shouldn't be a personal email.
I think if we can go to the uh, like environment, I think this is pretty much covered in our last session. So we can just work on and demonstrate the various angles of sales and services of CRM customer engagement. Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Okay, in that case, if we are not going to create another environment, I think I should can we take a 2 minutes break, please?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, hello everyone. I am back here and I am sharing my screen again. So please do let me know when it's visible. And in the chat, we have already provided links for how you can create trials. So you can open that link as well. And if you want, you can try to create trial environment as well. So right now I am moving ahead after creating a trial account. We all will be directed towards this admin power platform portal. So here you can see you have list for environments. Like here we have two environments. This is the basic one which we are not going to use because the purpose of this environment is just to keep a backup in case you have lost your production or you are facing any sort of um, issue with your production. So in that case, to recover your data loss, this particular environment is being used because this is the only environment that is dependent on the region that you have selected while you are trying to create your environment. So this is it. So besides that, we can use any other. Right now, I am just showing you how you can, select and how you can choose your URL, like how you can create your URL. So here I am giving you an example. You can see here different types. So I can select this as well. I'm not going to change the region. You can see enable, okay. I am enabling the applications and here I am marking all enterprise applications. Let's see how does it work.
So it will be really helpful if everyone who is joining us today could perform the similar actions on the particular Amna that is he's trying to explain. So you guys can understand how those actions are performed and you can create your own trial environment around it. Please proceed, Amna. Please feel free, the participants, you guys can comment here as well and we can definitely take up your questions in case if you're facing any issue.
Yeah, so basically here we just have showed you how you can instantly create your trial instance based on your trial environment because we have a different form of dataverse environment, dataverse links where you can attach each of your organization. So this is it. Okay, so right now I am going to pick the one that I have created earlier, this one, and will show you the customizations inside it. Here you can see the observation that should be done here. After creating your trial environment, what you need to do, you have to focus on the navigation. So basically, we have these admin centers that are the most important part here because if you get to know the details here, then you can explore everything else by yourself. Why I am telling this because these navigations are getting changed and changed very frequently, so there is no limit so that you can have a particular URL that you can save and you can use it later. So it's a better idea not to go with the URL approach but to go with the flow, like just to see and just to observe how you can set up things on your trial instances. So basically we have here admin center, a different kind of application, different kind of action should be performed using these admin centers. If you are associated with any sort of Azure directory or like Azure services, You should go here if you are dealing with Microsoft Dynamics 365 applications or anything like custom applications or their default enterprise applications. You should go here to set up the settings. And if you have to go further deeper insights, then you should be go here in Power BI section. So right now, I am going to explore this part. And the main purpose of this is to show you how to go and how to perform navigation. That is important. Here you can see in Admin Center, you can see Microsoft 365 Admin Center. You have list for all the actions you can perform. You have list where you can see Dynamics application, Office configuration, and so many things. So I am going to explore this part. Here you can see it has listed all the instances that I have. And now I'll show you how we can install application. Here you can see setting resources. In resources, it will show you what type of application you can install on your instance. In resources, we have four options: D365, apps, portal, power apps, flows. So here it will list down all the applications that we have installed, as well as all the applications that we want to install. So here you can see it has listed down all the applications that are enabled and are available for this trial environment, and you can also configure them as per your business need. So this is the deeper navigation for Power Platform Admin Center. You can enable, disable anything that you want to. You can see here. Right now, I am not gonna make any change because I already have sales app and marketing app that comes it inside the suite of intelligent order management solution. So here you can see after login and that is what's shown to me. And one more thing that I want to explore here. Here you can find out the URL for your organization you have to work on. So just click here and you will see the same screen, right? The basic. If you want to do anything with your office configuration, Power Automate, and other things that we will cover in our later sessions, so you can go and set up your details from here. And if you want to add up security roles, you can find them all here. It will show you the security role, as well as you can even find out your own security role. You can see here, these are all security roles. You can also create a new role. And here you can see your database version. Also, it will show you the latest that is provided by Microsoft. If you want to see user, you can see here. Okay, it's loading. No, I don't want to create any app user because I just want to see the generic user. So for this admin center and the navigation, like if we want to create any other new user in our environment, we can create from here. You can see active user. It will allow me to create new user as well. This is my user that I have created for this training demonstration. In a similar way, I can add more user. The only thing that should be understood and that should be done, if you want to create new users, if you want to give access to your instance to anyone, you should have uh, assigned a role of global admin, because if you are a global admin, only in that case you are able to perform other actions. If you are not, then you won't be able to create or to perform any admin action. So here I am just creating another test user, like anything. Here it's showing domain, and here it will. Okay, I am just creating a temporary password for it. You can see. Okay, next. Okay, I am assigning it this license because this is required while we are creating a user. Here it is showing that this particular user doesn't have administration access because this is a normal user. We have created it just for application using. That's it. So here you go. We have created another user successfully. You can see that. Okay, so now I am going to show you other things about navigation and ribbon. So earlier we just have a classic view for customer engagement, but right now we have unified interface for customer engagement application. And this is the most recent, so I am going to show you the UCI in this session. And then we will look forward for some main navigation, and then we will see how we can navigate through a form and how we can customize it. Here you can see few screenshots and how this complete application should look like. So now I am going to present a demo for this as well. So starting from here, we have created another user, but right now I am going to see. You can see here also my user environment, and here I am. You can see that navigation here, intelligent order management configuration. Here you can see account, contact, and for the other application, like other settings for the application, starting from here, this is called our main ribbon, where we have different feature. We have advanced find feature. We will look here like what is advanced find and how it helps us in fetching data, fetching record as per our need very quickly. Then we have assistant manager who help us and encounter things fastly and help us in have predictive analysis. Then we have this global search.
Sorry, Amna,
And
we lost you there. Sorry.
hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, you are. Go back 10 seconds, please. Yes,
Okay,
we can hear you, Amna.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
just
okay.
go back 10 seconds, please, on the search part that you were explaining. You were there.
Okay, okay, okay. So here I am. Should I repeat?
Yes, it would be great if you can repeat the search part, the advanced search, and that you were explaining.
Okay. So here we have this advanced search feature that enables us to have faster search with filtrations, like it give us the most optimal results in a better way. We can even perform complex query here. And besides that, we have this assistant that give us predictive analysis, help us in finding out the ongoing activities that we have in our system and the next action that we should be performed. Then here we have a search option. Earlier we just have global search, but right now we have categorized search as well as we have relevant search. About the search, we will see how we can perform categorized search, how we can perform relevant search. But at the moment, we are going to explore how we can do settings, how we can do customizations in our system. So after creating a trial instance, after creating your trial environment and providing a particular URL for your organization that we just did, what we need to do, we just have to customize our system. And for that, we need to go in advanced settings. From there, you can see this is called our global ribbon. This is our navigation. You can see different components are listed here. If you have to go for any sort of configurations, if you have to perform any one-time implementation, like one-time setup that is listed as configuration, that you will be finding here inside this business tag. If you want to have some kind of different enhancement in your current process, that is listed as customization. Like we can do customizations on our form, on our um, workflows, on our business rules, etc., etc. And if
Hey,
you want to see,
sorry to just stop you there. Josefa, one of our uh, attendees is having some issue. So I would like that address him as well before moving further, so that he can follow us as well. So Josefa, can you unmute yourself, please? Or you're not able to do that?
I can.
Okay, that's great, Josefa. So Josefa, please feel free to share your screen, like what exactly you're facing, so that we can sort of guide you. And thanks for asking that out here, please.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, Josefa, we can see your screen now.
Yeah.
So where are you clicking? Mm-hmm.
So I created a trial environment. When I'm trying to open this does not route me to where to the D365 app screen. Actually, is the one which we created in the last session.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a bit confused where I should go from here.
Okay. Okay. If you can just close it and go back to the admin panel, please. Yep, come here. So open environment, when you're clicking the open environment and the environment URLs are the same, and you created a trial. Can you go back and what you created, Natal? Amna, we created a trial environment, right? Using,
yes, yes, we did. Okay, just do one thing. Can you change this trial environment type? Like, can you select, like, yeah, just click it, open it.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Okay, just a moment. This is disabled at the moment. Okay, so you can do one thing. You can select from resources Dynamics 365 apps. Just cancel this menu, yeah, and select it. Okay, so did you created your last environment with the same user?
Yes, my environment is here. I mean, if I show you this is the one. If I open it, it's going to route me to over here.
Okay, now just go back to your environment that you have just created.
Okay. Uh, this one.
Yeah,
I think let's start, create a new trial instance. let's recreate it. Maybe some selection is incorrect. Selected. Can you go back and go into the environment, create the environment again, please? Yeah, just click new. Now let's see what we have on option. Okay, make sure the give it a unique name, sandbox,
Say this one.
and yeah, yeah. We are
Try
going with
to
trial.
yeah,
No, I think
select this trial option.
it's
Okay.
trial option. Yes, not the subscription based. It's trial option. Yep. Okay, and yes, create a database for it. Freeze next, and that's it. Deploy. Should we select deploy apps? Are we saying I'm gonna deploy apps as well? Right? We selected that.
No, there's no need for that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so just click
Perfect.
on
Now
save.
save it, please. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, here you go. You have.
Just give it a second. I think it will be procured
Yeah,
shortly.
it's preparing. Okay.
Yeah. So I think let's go into it.
Let it give few seconds. In the meantime, I think we can proceed.
Yeah, okay. Stop
Sure.
sharing this.
Thank you. Thank you, Zafar. Yeah, please, Amna. Over to you.
Okay. Like, does anybody have any other question? Yeah. Sure. We will have a
At the
recap.
end, maybe. Sorry.
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
end.
Naveen. We yeah we are almost 40 minutes ahead, but definitely if you can go above and follow the trial environment setup, then definitely yes, we will. It will help. So yeah, but let's proceed, Amna.
Okay. So I am again sharing my screen, but Mustaja, we do have another question from Hisham. Um, I
Yeah, please,
think,
Hisham.
yeah.
If you have a question, please go ahead.
Yes, I have the same issue exactly, and I will try it again after our session. But I'm confused because I see there is different environment. Like there is a default environment and another one which I already created, which is tried subscription based. Uh, should I delete all and I keep one, or at least I should at least have the one default environment?
You should have one default environment because this is the base environment that I already explained that comes up as a recovery in case you have lost. So don't delete that. But besides that, you can delete your instances. But the only thing that you need to do before you try to delete your environment, you have to convert them to production and then you can delete. So it's better to create a new environment. And this time, don't select trial subscription based, just select trial.
Okay, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So, does anybody have any other question or should I proceed?
I don't see for now, but thanks for Amna answering them. Please proceed.
Okay, so I am sharing my screen again. Okay, so here we are. So we were discussing about the main navigation that we have in CRM and what should be doing. Like if I talk about technicality, like the developers or the technical team should be involving, so they should like they are mostly covering this part and this part. Besides that, the functional consultant and the functional business dealers do their, do their actions and consider more about accelerators. For now, we are not covering the accelerators that we have, because accelerators are what mostly, belongs to functional consultants and functional considering parts, because they don't require much of the code or much of the technicality. So this is something we will discover later. So right now I am going to explain how we can go for the customizations, how we can pick up solutions. But before that, the most important, how we can figure out our user role, how we can change the security. Because if you want to do any kind of change, even if you want to create a farm, if you want to customize a farm, you should have a role of system customizer. So it is important to know how you can check that option for your user, because by default the license assigned to a user is system administrator. So here it is taking some time. Here we are, users. Now I am going to type here admin. Here you can see my user. In the same way, you can type in your own user and you can find out the roles that it has. It's taking some time. So here you can. Okay, it is just taking some time. So in the meantime, I am routing toward other things. So at the moment, I am discovering customization part, like how you can check out for the customization. In our next session we will be covering a deep dive for customizations and configuration, but in this session I am just going to give you an overview of how you can do that. Sorry guys for this, I am facing kind of delays in the load. Okay, so from our order manager, like I can show you how you can create account, how you can create contact, like in short how you can see the things and how you can do it in your on your own self. Here I want to list down my user. and let it be. Finally, it opened. Okay, so here you have. Okay, so here you can see customizations, customize the system. Okay, if you click on customize the system, by default it will show you the default solution, and it is recommended not to make any change in this particular default solution. Like, this is not a good practice. So anything, like if even I want to add a single field in a form, I should go by creating another solution, another publisher, and then I should perform any action. But right now I am just showing you how this default solutions look like. And here in the parallel, I am trying to upload my user. You can see here, and you can see here what time is being assigned, like what is the team that is associated with my user. And here are the other things, the default queue, my organization name, everything, my business unit, my other details like my primary email, and everything else. So you can see here. And if I want to check up the role, like what roles I have, I should go here. This is called sub navigation. Here you can only see the associated record with the parent record. So these are all the things that are associated with my user. So that's why I can see them here. The purpose of this session, guys, is to make you all familiar with the basic customization, with the basic things that you can do at your own. So here you can see by default, I have two roles, system administrator and basic user. And here it is showing me an option to manage roles. I can do that too because I am system administrator. Otherwise, I don't have option to manage my role. I just can see my roles, but I cannot modify them. Okay, since it's loading, if anybody have any question, please proceed.
Excuse me,
Okay.
can you repeat again? Sorry.
Yeah,
Can
sure.
you repeat
Please,
again
Vishal.
that you mentioned that there is critical things that you shouldn't customize on the standard on the system? Customize. If you need to customize anything, you should to make a new solution. I'm understanding. I am. Am I understand it? I understand it correct or wrong?
Yeah, sure. I am repeating that again. Like here you can see two
Mm,
options, customize the system and solution. So
mm,
basically, if I click here and if I select this option, all
mm.
the things that is being listed here, all the components that are shown here are part of default solution, and it is recommended not to do anything in that solution. Okay, like if you want to add, if you want to remove anything from your system, it is a good practice to go in solution, create your own solution, and do that inside of it.
Okay,
Here you
which is
can
mean
see.
it's work like extension. For example, I think Faisal Farid will understand me in that, and he knows well about what I mean exactly. Which is means that there is in a solution, it will be an extension over the standard system. Correct?
um
E- extension concept is it is in the finance and operations.
yeah,
So the
Yes.
solution you can compare with a model which we create in
Yes.
finance and operation as a model. So in
Okay.
customer engagement, it's a solution.
yeah, and
Okay.
extension that we have, they are kind of same in both the environments, if I am right, Faisal, because we also call extension to our custom entities.
Yeah, so the custom entities, but you always create a separate solution. So you don't in customer in CRM, you don't change the default solution. So in finance and operations, you can compare it with the sys layer or the Microsoft layer.
Yes.
So you cannot
Yes.
change anything there. It's a customizations there. Rather than we go with the extension solutions, creating our own models there in finance and operations world.
Okay. Thank you, Faisal. Thank you, Amna.
Thank you. So here I am creating a solution because I'll show you how you can navigate through a form and how we can, check our all the details about our form. So here you can see I have default two publishers. I'm not gonna use them. I have to create my own publisher. In the meantime, it's loading here. I am trying to see and assign system customizer role to my user. Okay, here you can see here's an option to create a new publisher. Here you can list down name. I am giving it any random name. Okay, I am selecting here as EK, right? And I am just creating this.
Just a question, Amna. Uh,
Yes.
why are we creating a publisher? What is the concept of the publisher?
So basically, we create a publisher to associate it with our particular solutions. And the reason why we do that, if we have like, just consider a scenario like you are working for a company or for a customer who have multiple vendors or who have multiple teams working simultaneously, and you want to keep a separate record for your session, and you want to highlight your session, your solution separately. So here you can have option to pick your prefix. It will eventually come before your each customizations, like before your entities, your web resources, your plugin, everything. So this kind of a signature or a watermark to present yourself. And of course, here you can also set up details for the option set, like what type of initial value you want to start your option set. So you can define everything here.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome. So here
So
you can
that's
see I
actually so
created.
that means if we are implementing the customer engagement, being a partner, we are implementing the customer engagement to multiple customers. So
Mhm.
are we going to create a multiple publisher for each individual customer, or we can create multiple publishers within a same customer?
Yes, we can do the second thing, like we can have multiple publishers for our same or for a single customer. But this is also an approach, like if you are a company that provide IT solutions and you are a product based company, so that is an obvious thing that you want to keep your watermark. Like each of your customizations should be go with your name. So you can tag up your user, like you can tag up your publisher here, and you can export the same solution to your multiple clients or your multiple customers.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So here I have just created a solution as well as a publisher. It is here it is showing the publisher name, and here it is showing solution name. This is the one that we have just created. This is showing the version number, the date it is installed, and the type that it is managed or unmanaged. Again, the thing that is what is unmanaged and what is managed, these things will be covered up in our next session, because this is totally of the domains of customization and configuration. But just a one-liner definition, if I should say, unmanaged solution is something is a part of development. Anything that is in process, that is ongoing, and have some customizations or have some work to be done, these are marked as unmanaged solution. And once you are done with your changes and you are ready to go for deployment, then you should export your solution as managed and you can deploy it, so that nobody can make any change inside it. So basically, managed solution is something where you cannot do any kind of changes, and unmanaged solution is something where you can do any change. So here you can see in the component list, I have nothing at the moment. So for now, I am just adding up existing entity. Here I can select account. Okay. Here you can see account. Okay. Okay. Uh, we just have a question from, yeah, from Asif regarding permission. Though we have already answered this question, but I want to show you the practical demonstration for it. So we just do it. From our security, we can go in the users section. Here you can assign a particular new role, and inside role you can provide permissions. As you can see here, it is still loading. Okay, so I am just typing in here. I want to go for security role, and here I'm just showing you how we can, assign particular permissions to a particular user, and that particular role can be assigned to number of users in your system. Like, consider this as an example. For you have a sales team, so you want to provide them access only to your sales application. So here what will you will do, you will create a new role that is called salesperson or sales manager, and then you will assign this role to all your sales team. Here you can easily sort it out. From here you can see that sales manager role, and here you can provide privileges to them as per their need of work. You can see here it is listing down core records. Like, core records means all the entities that are system entities, and that are, common entities that are most frequently used in almost every module. And account and contact entities are such entities which are used in almost every 5 modules of CRM. So here you can see these are the core records, and here you can see permission: create, read, write, delete, append, and so on. Similarly, if I create any new entity, my custom entity, it will list it here, and here I can assign permissions and roles. So this is the way we can implement security in customer engagement. So this is it. Okay, it is still loading. In the meantime, we just have created a solution. Now it's a time to make some changes in the solution. Like I just want to, add up, wants to show you the navigation for a form. So here you can see these are the list for accounts that are active accounts, and basically this is a default data that comes when we create a trial instance. So here I am creating a new. You can see here fields, other details. So basically this is called our form navigation. This is our form menu. And here I am creating a user. So here you can see we have just created a new record. I can like also update the fields at any point unless the record is not in inactive state. Once a record is in inactive state, we cannot edit it. Again, this is something we will explore when we will discover our sales module on a complete go. We will be creating lead opportunities and so on. So in this section, like we are just gonna see the basics, how we can look for a form, how we can check out for the records. This is called our form view, how we can see account form. Like these are the names for the forms that are associated with account entity. So formerly these entities, like right now they are called as tables. So account table has 4 forms in our system. You can see here. Here is the details of owner and so on. Like there is much more to discover. So considering my time constraint, I am now moving forward for the feature. I want to see. So here you go. It's loading. This is our site navigation that shows details, what we have inside what suite. You can see everything here. Basically, this is our default solution. And as earlier said, this is not recommended to make any change. So I am just going to show you the things that we have in our default solution. It will show you all the components that we have. Everything. And one more key point, while like any one of you who will try to explore this trial and who will try to explore the things, just do one thing. Never, 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 ever delete anything. If you want to omit anything, you can select option to remove. But this is also recommended not to delete anything unless until you are not sure to do that. And one important thing that should be keep in mind, if you are dealing with any system entity, like we have code entities, account, contact, connections, case management, and much like many more, marketing. So for all these entities, if you are trying to explore them, if you want to edit them, never ever do the delete action. If you want to remove anything, you can select option remove. It's a better option, like it's a better call to go with. Because eventually, if you delete any system entity, your environment will be suffer. So try to avoid it. Okay, so here you can see it is providing me option, add a marketing list, and so many other things. From here you can see it's already enabled. Okay, and if I click on home, like this is the default page that we have, you can see here are different options. Like if I want to configure setting, I should be go here. You can see that it is showing me incomplete because it has right now some limitations, because it has some capacity constraint due to the region, like it is a trial environment. But still, there are different options that we can explore. You can see here. And besides this, if you want to configure some data in your system, so you have option here under administration. Here you can see different options, system settings. Here you can change the list for default settings, and you can also, make changes in your system settings that are by default. Open it on another tab. Going back, you can see here option for data management. It will deal with all set of data, like incoming, outgoing, everything. So you can find out here inside settings, then data management. So here you can see sample data. If I clicked it, I'll have some sample data for my organization. So it will help me in proceeding with the records, with my lead creation, with my sales cycle run, and other things. Because initially we need some data to perform some action. So it is a good practice to just install this sample data instead of creating record one by one.
And just to add to that, it's really helpful when it comes to preparing any trial, or you're just playing around. It's really helpful, instead of you going in and creating all the stuff manually. These things are pretty populated, and you can just understand how the system will look like with all the data in it.
Yeah, time booster.
Exactly.
So, okay, going back to my presentation since the page is loading. What we need to cover again now, okay, we have to discuss now our search capacities that we have in customer engagement. So we will discuss it now. Okay, earlier in CRM, we just have option to search exact location, exact place for any record. But after relevant search, if I type in anything, like even a simple word, it will gather data throughout my system that will be like that. Like if I am typing in a name from an account, it will show me all the related account, all the related information like customers, contacts, opportunities, invoices, everything that is associated with that particular account. Earlier it was something a very big thing, like something very I should say um, you know mostly like time consuming because we need to filter out query, we need to go inside the parent record to check out the details. But right now, what we do, we just type in single phrase on our main search bar and it retrieve everything from the system. So it is really a time consuming, like it is really helpful. I will show you that too after installing this data. This is just taking time, so I am just minimizing it at the moment. Here you have different kind of actions that you can perform. You can make duplicate detection rules for your record, considering a scenario like I have two accounts and I just want no similarity between the two accounts. Like I don't want to have duplicates, so I can filter out my rules here. I can easily point out the conditions not to duplicate on basis of account number, on basis of contact number or anything. Okay, the time it's being loading, I am moving ahead for other actions because we are here. You can see forms. This is the deeper navigation. If we want to edit any entity, we want to edit any form, we have to go here inside our solution. What we did first, we create a solution, then we create a publisher, and then we added an existing entity that is account in it. And now I am going to edit this form. So here you can see components, entities, account, forms. So I want to see form. Here I just have a main form. So here you go. This is the way how you can customize your form. Okay, since the time it's being loading, I think we can have our question answer session. So like we can entertain everybody's question. In the meantime, it's loading the form. So please proceed if anybody have any question.
I think not right now, but if we do have time, Amna, if we can just do a quick recap of what we did today, it will be really helpful. Meanwhile, the form is loading up.
Okay, for sure. So actually, okay. at the moment the form is loaded, so I am just showing you the details about how we can check for a form, how we can do editing in the form. Here you can see listing details, everything like field name, how I can add them, how I can remove them. Here you can see this is a field. If I want to remove it, I have to click here. It's removed. And if I want to add any field, just drag and drop. You can see very quick, very fast, and much excited. Here you can see from form properties. From here you can perform some client side customizations. Like if you want to do anything on client side that should be visible on your form, so you should be writing a web resource. Web resource is something that kind of client customizations. Like if we want to reflect anything on our form or on our client facing stuff, so we should be writing a web resource. And if we want to handle something from server side, like that shouldn't be visible to customer and shouldn't be visible to our form, we can handle them from our server side customizations. That comes under the domain of plugins, like we can write plugins and so on. We have so many things to discover. And I think the next session that is going to be for customizations and configurations is going to be a huge blast, because this will be a really exciting session, because we will learn so many things. We will get to know how we can create, how we can customize things in details. So stay tuned.
Amna, there are two questions here. If you can see it out, one by Noreen Ali. Noreen Ali, I think. Is it possible to create multiple forms of a single type for different users?
Single type for different users, yes, it is. But let me get you. By single type, you mean single forms, like single entity? For single entity, you want to create multiple forms and you want to assign access to different users. That is what you are trying to ask.
Okay, if you can unmute yourself, please. Um, and please, yep, if you can unmute yourself and ask the question as well. No, Navran, sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly.
Yeah, he said yes. Yeah, so it is possible. Basically, we do that. Mostly, we do that. We create multiple forms from our single entity and we do assign them to different users. So here you can see I can add up my custom actions, like custom actions, I mean to say my client customizations, because custom action is something different. But yeah, I can provide here details for my client customizations. Like I can add up web resources here and trigger them on basis of form, on load, on save, and so on. This is it. One more thing that we should counter over here. Once I am trying to make any change in my form, I should always be publishing that. If I don't publish it, it will not appear on my final facing page, no matter how many times I have saved. So what we need to do first, we need to save the changes and then we need to publish the changes if we want to see them on our main form. Okay, so what we did, we created publisher, we created solution, we added it a form, like we just add a new field and we have removed another field from the form. And now I am closing this. I am closing this as well. It is still on import. So besides that, I am going to explain the other things that we have in our data management. We have data maps, like if I am importing a new entity or any other entity records and I want to, like I am importing some data for my accounts. So here I have to provide the mappings, like which data field should be mapped with what field of account. And like there are so many things, there are so many actions that we can do, but this is complete, it is really a big thing to discover or to cover up all in a single session. So we are not trying to do everything on instant view or instant go. Besides that, we have planned to go step by step so that it will be easier for all of us to learn together. So up till now, if anybody have any question related to what we have discussed, so you can please ask, or otherwise I'll proceed with the recap or summarize.
I don't see any question yet, Amna, but let's go with the recap.
Okay, so what we discussed today, we just first saw how we can create trial environment, and then we created an organization based on our trial. From here, you can see we have environments like from Power Platform Admin Center, we have created another subscription depending on our need, like our need. Here we can provide name, here we can provide type, sandbox, trial, production trial, whatsoever. This is how we created it. And then we learned how we can navigate, how we can get the URL for our organization, how we can see the resources, how we can enable an application, how we can install an application in our environment. And then we look forward for the customizations part, like how we can navigate to the main menu, how we can explore other menu part. Then we look forward for our advanced settings panel. Then we watched how we can create security, like how we can enhance our security roles, how we can reach out for our own user, security role, team. And then we explore more about customizations. Then we created a solution, then a publisher, then we customize our account form, and then we publish it. So this is what we got in this session. So I hope it has provided at least a knowledge that every one of us is able to log into the D365 trial account and do some basic actions by their own. So
So,
this
do
is
we
it.
have any question? Yeah, I'm just about to ask participant, but do we have any question? Please let us know. Okay. Yeah, you can proceed with the schedule, Amna.
Yeah, so basically, next session will be another deep dive for configurations and for customizations. And here we will see everything in detail. We will be configuring everything, and we will learn how we can explore things in a better way. And then we have another session that will be based on product management, that will cover up most about high level of information from Mustajab. And the aligning session about customization and configuration will be done by Hassan Ahmed Siddiqui on 11th of December. So
So,
this is it.
yeah, this is it. And please proceed, Amna. Sorry.
Yeah, so I am all done, Mustajab. Thank you so much. If anybody have any question, please proceed.
Yeah, we have some time available. If anyone was having any issue in configuration or stuff, around the time to ask us, and we have some time available that we can guide everyone. Okay, I think that's it from our side then. If you don't have any question, any comments, then I think we can end the call. And see you guys in the next session.
Yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining us. Hope you have something better to discuss for the next session and you all be prepared for the next session. So keep your queries with you if you have any while you are trying to explore and create the environment later on. So catch you later.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.